Hey guys, what's going on? Que paso, mijos? Hey guys, what's going on? Repeat. I guess y'all don't get it that fast, do you? Whoa, deja vu. Crazy Chicken, Dingus, Ross Spence, Emmy, Excelsior, and Mike Lombardo. No, I'm just playing. Oh crap, I didn't make my bed. Were you wearing your safety glasses for Tom's stream? Was I? Yeah, part of it I was. Because I was at work. I'm going to eat, and then I'll make my bed, and then we'll get into some stories. Panda Express. I'm watching Millionaire. The damn nap says tooth. Oh. Sorry to hear that, bud. Spring roll. I had a double orange chicken and chow mein. Love me some Panda Express. Oh, I got goodies today. All right, 1 second. I'm gonna make my bed real quick. I did that with no eyes. Well, I mean, I could kind of see. All right. So what's happening, guys? In the Chappy Homemaker Hour with your host, Chappy. Okay, folks, this is how you make your bed. Whew. What's in the box? I'll tell you what's in the box. Didn't want to forget this for the new processor. I call it computer grease. Well, I meant to order just one, right? But I ended up ordering two. So now I'm going to have 4 gigs of solid state memory. Oh. bad boy. You don't really understand how big this bastard is until you look at it. That's the radiator for the liquid cooler, or for the water cooling. This is the puck that sits on top of the processor. And this guy. Yeah. So I gotta return one of those liquid coolers, or those water coolers, because I don't need two. I only need one. Use IPA and get all that junk paste off your copper. That's bothering me already. Live stream building a computer soon. Yeah, it's gonna be a little bit. But, yeah. Maybe in a week or two. Or maybe longer. Hey, Double JTV. Maybe it'll be longer because I gotta go to a job Monday. And our job's usually, I could be out there for a month straight. Hey, Tom. Ow. Ow. Oh, son of a... Yeah, we're good now. And once again, I'm all out of cigarettes. That's fine. It's fine. Please, 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 don't get the I-9, please. Why? Why don't you want me to get the I-9? I'm getting that I-9. I had the $800 I-9 selected. And someone said, whoa! You need to go with the cheaper one and get a better video card. It's not needed for gaming, that's fine. I think it's too late, Mike, to be honest with you. Wait, I wonder which list I showed you. Hang on. Oh yeah, that's the one. Use the extra for an upgraded card. I already did. I got the ROG Strix 2080. I'm happy with that. I'm not going to get the TI because, man. But we're not talking computers now. The taste of blood and pus still makes me puke. I, on the other hand, enjoy it. Coppery and milky. Alright, let's get the mood set in here. Whoa. Wait for it. Can't be telling stories with a blue light. There it is. There we go. Yeah, I got the ROG Strix 2080. Pretty stoked. Yeah. Alright, let's see here. No. Never allow notifications. Well, this one's called The Devil is in the Details. Oh no, I was angry when I got off the phone with Newegg. Those idiots. Am I gonna raid those NVMe drivers? I don't know what you mean by that. Be back in about 40 minutes. Start the clock now. Can y'all hear me fine? I moved my mic away. Oh. I get what you're saying. Birth space is so good for you. I'll talk to you later about that, Mike. The year 1992. Peter Eichenoff's life was never the same since then. He's closer. It just feels like right here in my face. It was the year 1992. Peter Ivankoff's life was never the same since then. Firstly, because his home country had gone through a massive transformation following the dissolution of the Soviet Union the previous winter. Secondly, 1992 was the first year Peter went blind. Early that year, Peter's mother began sending Peter on regular trips outside their house in St. Petersburg earlier that year. They just said that twice. Whatever. Despite the mundane nature of these trips, Peter never got tired of them. A trip to the market for potatoes felt like a great quest. To him, it was the proof of his manhood, that he was finally at the age to bear his responsibilities of an adult. His mother also sent him on trips to deliver foodstuffs to neighbors. Those he certainly didn't mind. Their neighbors were nice people. And Miss Kozdanoff next door, whose husband had died from esophageal cancer years before, routinely lavished him on her homemade cookies. There was a particular house, however, that Peter's mother had never instructed him to visit. To Peter, that house was a mystery. In all his years, he had never seen anyone exit or enter it. He had never before laid eyes upon its occupants. However, he knew that someone was living inside, for his mother made routine visits to the house every morning, always bringing a bowl of porridge with her and returning with an empty bowl. Once he had tried to spy on whoever lived inside, through a window to no avail. For all the windows in the house had been, and still are, covered up by impermeable white curtains, which were stretched tight over the windows. In his recollection, those curtains have never been lifted before. Yeah, don't be a non-thumber. Then one day, Peter's mother fell ill. Peter awoke that morning to find her lying on the sofa and pointing at the bowl of porridge set on the kitchen table once he'd entered the living room. "Take this to Miss Popov, dear," she instructed Peter. Well, it's more like, "Take these to Miss Popov, dear." I don't know. Maybe I'll do that more. She instructed Peter, when she came to this puzzlement on his face, and added, "She lives 2 houses down on the left of ours, the house in which I visit every morning to bring her the food." Peter, curious and excited that he finally had the opportunity to learn about the strange house, grabbed the bowl, said goodbye to his mother, and went out. The weather was cold outside, but Peter didn't feel it. He was too busy speculating what this Miss Popov would look like. Well, they're Russian, so... No, man, they sound like this, but they want you to know that. I'm just messing around. What is a PayPal notification? What just happened? Mike Lombardo. $28 or $30 for Mike Lombardo. Crazy. Did that even? Oh yeah, you see I didn't even see that. I don't even have my headphones on, so I couldn't. You know what? I can just turn the sound on. Let's make sure my speakers work though. Nope. Nope. I have speakers on this laptop. Oh, it's because the headphones are plugged in. I can fix that. Now let's try that. There we go. Nothing's gonna get past me now. Dang it, Mike, you're insane. Thank you very much, bud. Alright. He was too busy speculating Miss Popov would look like, as well as marveling at the bowl of porridge his mother had given him. For starters, it was big. The bowl was more like a small tub, and it was quite heavy. Secondly, the porridge in the bowl was nothing like anything he had seen. It was unusually white, and looked more like white paint than porridge. Whatever she may have turned out to look like, Miss Popov didn't seem a very warm and welcoming person. After pressing the doorbell 3 times and knocking on the door, Peter decided that Miss Popov probably didn't hear him and to let himself in. The door wasn't locked, which was peculiar. Peter stepped in and saw the interior of the house was not even more unusual. Oh, the interior of the house was even more unusual. I'm just throwing words in there. Okay. Upon setting foot in the house, Peter had the urge to cover his eyes for a moment. Unlike the porridge, the inside of the residence was painted stark white. All the furniture, all the walls, the staircase, the doors were all white, with not a speck of color to be seen anywhere. It was as if all the colors and all the textures had been drained out of the house. A shuffling noise came from behind an open door on the second floor. Peter figured there must be someone inside. Climbing the stairs was no easy task. With the steps painted white, Peter was essentially blind and had to grope his way up the stairs, while not tipping the bowl of porridge over. This is bad. I'm sorry, guys. The bowl was slightly... Words are hard. The door was slightly ajar. Peter stepped in front of the door, bracing himself to enter. "Peter?" A gravely scratchy voice asked from behind the door. He jumped. "Who is this?" Peter managed to reply. He had spilled porridge on the floor. Not that it was very obvious. Actually, it was barely even noticeable. The floorboards had also been painted white. "It is me, Miss Popoff," the voice answered. "I believe you have my food. Come in, dear. There's nothing to be scared of. You and I are safe in this house. He who must not be named cannot harm you in here." Hey, Stitched. Peter had no idea what the voice was talking about. Nonetheless, he obeyed and walked in with a bowl of porridge clutched between his perspiring hands. Unlike the rest of the house, everything inside the room was painted white as snow. Not a speck of color could be seen. In the corner of the room sat a shriveled old woman facing a bleached wall. Her stature was small and skeletal, and a strong, sweet, sickly smell seemed to emanate from her. Words are hard. She was wearing a dress which, queerly enough, was also stark white. The dress was not the only article of clothing on her. The white gloves on her hands, the white bandages that wrapped up every inch of her body, save her face, her practically invisible against the white background of the walls. It was as if there was nothing but her dismembered head floating in air. "I brought you food, Miss Popoff," Peter said. I hope y'all can understand me. Whatever, you'll never listen. Holding the bowl. "That's wonderful, dear," the floating head replied. "Please move closer so I can take it." Peter moved forward a step. Miss Popoff, without turning around, grabbed the bowl with two bandaged hands from behind. Holding the bowl in front of her, she began to slurp noisily. Peter stood still, observing the skeletal old woman eat. She was awfully scrawny for her age, and her hair was just as white as everything in the house. "Tell me, Peter," the old woman said, still busy slurping the porridge from the bowl. "How is the weather outside?" It is rather cold and windy, I guess." Hey, Spacious. "It is good to know," Miss Popoff said. "I have not been outside in a long time. Your mother keeps informing me of whatever is going on outside. It is true that the Soviet Union is no more?" "It is true," Peter replied. "You don't read the news, Miss Popoff?" "It has been a long time since I read anything," Miss Popoff replied. "Reading is dangerous. Words and pictures consist of so many colors and so many lines, so many shapes and so many patterns. He who must not be named is everywhere, and his eyes lurk among these details. One must be very careful." Peter was 10, but he knew enough to understand that Miss Popoff wasn't exactly in her right mind. His mother had told him how old people turned senile and less sane as their minds degenerated. He figured this must be a case with Miss Popoff. I must seem quite unusual to you, Miss Popoff said, startling Peter. It was as if she had read his mind. I seem quite unusual to a lot of people. I understand why. After all, why would anyone live a life like mine if they truly open their eyes and see what I see? People on the outside world would think I'm crazy, shutting myself inside this strange White House. That is because they must not see the terrible dangers that surround them every day of their lives. They do not slow down to observe the small and seemingly insignificant details. Ironically, it is in these small and insignificant details that the greatest dangers lie. The devil's in the details, Peter, Miss Popoff insisted. The devil is in the details. Never forget that. Without turning, she handed the empty bowl back to Peter. Peter took the bowl and walked out of the room, out of the strange White House. On his way home, Peter thought about what Miss Popoff had said. He had not the slightest idea what she might have meant. That night, Peter and his mother had borscht for dinner. As she stirred the thick, blood-red soup with a spoon, he couldn't help but notice little shapes and patterns in the viscous stew. A piece of carrot floating on the surface made him think of a rowing boat. A few blobs of grease formed in the shape of an elephant's head. He noticed a pair of eyes in the soup, in the form of two spots in grease. Squinting, he observed that the eyes had slits for pupils, quite alike the eyes of a cat. Suddenly the eyes blinked. A mouth appeared below the eyes and stretched out into a great big bloody grin. Peter, honey, Peter's mother had said, concerned. Is everything all right? You seem quite upset. Everything is fine, Peter replied, absent-mindedly. His face had gone pale, and he was shivering. He forced himself to look away from the bowl of soup. His gaze fell upon the tablecloth instead. The threads that composed the tablecloth had been sewn in a crisscross pattern. All the lines and all these patterns create vivid imagery, shapes in the minds of children. Peter's eyes focused on the cloth for a moment, and the eyes from the soup reappeared. The grin materialized once again. This time, Peter saw the grin had razor-sharp teeth. I need to use the bathroom, Peter said. Without waiting for a reply, he bolted upstairs and ran to the upstairs bathroom. The walls of the bathroom were covered in tiles of marble. Gray specks among the white parts of the marble formed shapes and patterns without form. Peter caught the glimpse of one of the four walls. The face had returned, and this time the mouth was no longer grinning and had transformed into a great big gaping hole. Peter saw with horror that the razor-sharp teeth were not only present on the gums. Later, beyond the layer of the needle-like teeth covered the entire mouth cavity and stretched into the creature's throat and into its esophagus. The mouth of the creature on the wall got bigger and bigger and bigger, and its terrible cat-like eyes were somehow grinning. Screaming, Peter flung... Screaming, Peter lunged for a pair of scissors lying near the washing basin. He knew with certainty that allowed no doubt that he could not stop seeing the creature on the wall. That terrible mouth would appear again and devour him. He knew there was only one thing that he could do. Y'all like that one? Yeah. I mean, whatever. We're still going to play games tonight, but for the first part of it, we'll do a couple of stories. I got to keep it fresh for me. I can't just do stories all the time, guys. I apologize. But I'll keep going as long as y'all want. This one's called Nighttime Curiosity. Hey, Ernie. How's everything going, bud? Hey, guys, it's Ernie. Say hey to Ernie. I'm fully powered. Just had a green wheat grass thing and the rest of that coffee. Bye now, all. I'll see you later, Alex. Stay creepy. Your truth level is over 9,000. I tried drinking a watermelon kombucha today. Who all's leaving? My liver is all bad, but I'm here to distract, not dwell. Uh-oh. Is that what's wrong, Ernie? Hopefully, yeah, it tastes funny, Tom. Not gonna lie to you. It's like spicy vinegar watermelon. Yeah, exactly. Kombucha. Ew. Ernie, is it something you can? We're gonna talk about you. You know what? I'll talk to you later. We're gonna get a story out of the way. This one's called Nighttime Curiosity. Like normal, if you want to read along, you just, I read terribly, so whatever. Yeah, I don't know, Amy. You gotta take it in small sips. It's not so bad. Groggily, I checked the clock beside my bed and grimaced. It's 12:21. Nope. 00:21. Yeah, that's 12:21. Yeah. Already. Which means only a maximum of 6.5 hours sleep for me now. Great. I close my eyes tight and urge my mind to shut off. But as reluctant as always, my curiousness remains occupied with disconcerting thoughts. Nah, kombucha's alright. You just try a blueberry kombucha. That'd probably be really good. But you always get the SCOBY inside. I'm trying to wait for Spacious to hurry up and get back. Well, SCOBY's good. Kombucha's good for your gut. As much as you may not like that. Kombucha looks like baloney? You mean SCOBY looks like baloney? Because kombucha is just the drink. SCOBY is the life form. It says I have one person in chat. I obviously have more than one person in chat. It says I have 15 people in chat. Wow. Awesome. Alright, we're going to continue. Hi chat. Hey Lauren, how you been? Alright, well, we're going to continue. I tried waiting. She's taking too long. Packing family. Son, get in the suitcase. Is that what you're saying? To try and subside my paranoia. Try that again. Pretend you already read it. Try and subside my paranoid deliberations. I drag my funfair trophy towards me in tight embrace. The now somewhat scraggy bear, easily the size of an older child, had been won at the town's annual fair for me by my father 8 years ago. It had taken a tedious amount of whining and crocodile tears on my behalf for him to keep trying to win it. After a total investment of £12, the bear was mine. I'm not doing that voice. Hello, love. No, wait, that was, I can't. That was terrible. I don't even know what that was. The bear was mine, and I had kept it in my bed ever since. In troublesome nights when I found myself consumed in nightmarish fantasies, the bear always brought some kind of comfort. It was always cold, which was somehow pleasing with the warmth of the duvet, and despite the fact that its fur was now matted and unkempt, it was always cozy to cuddle with. Even when I wasn't hugging it, the bear would sleep under my duvet beside me, and during the night, I'd be able to feel its coldness beside me. I never felt alone in my bed. And now, in the early hours of the morning, I cling to it like a child. The familiarity of the odd, unpleasant smell, and it had acquired over the years, calms my frantic mind. Words are. Bought a big 14-foot trailer. Kick ass. Toy hauler? Or for the kids. Move them in there. I feel myself slipping into sleep within minutes. Half asleep, half aware, I feel a movement beside me. A gentle tug of the duvet. It is enough to widen my eyes and quicken my heartbeat. I find my vision locked on the wall opposite me. Suddenly, my heartbeat slows to a near stop as fear soars through every inch of my body. 2 words can be read, albeit distorted and distinct, but visible all the same. Don't look. Beneath the writing was a downwards pointing arrow, which indicated to one logical location. The sight of the grotesque scrawling sends a sharp shiver along the length of my spine as my brain feverishly searches for a rational explanation for what I'm seeing. For many nights now, it had happened. This exact situation. I would wake up in the vacant darkness, and the only thing I would be able to see was this message. It would never be there when the sun surfaced in the horizon. But I'm confident to say that on all the occasions, I was not asleep. It has happened frequently over the past 2 years. A strange feeling of movement from within the bed will pull me from sleep, and then I'd see it. Each time a theoretical battle between curiosity and irrationality would transpire in my subconscious, and irrationality remained the champion until tonight. Tonight I feel more compelled than ever to just look. To the valiancy climb out of the bed, fill the room with light, and put my mind at ease. The knowledge that there is nothing under there would surely resolve my spurt of insomnia. And yet I'm still reluctant. A typical childhood is spent fearing the endless forms of monsters that could be lying under the bed, concealed in the gloom, embracing the obscurity of the shadows. Such as fear becomes embedded in the dark regions of the mind. And even now, I haven't pulled my legs over the edge of the bed in case something wraps its cold, slender fingers around them. The distance from the bed to the light switch isn't long, but in the dark it could be an eternity. I'm going for it. Oh God, I'm out of the bed. My legs are monster, hands free. I pause to admire my fearlessness before taking small steps towards the wall. I take about 4 more and another sound rivals the creak on the floor. The bed. The bed creaks. A subtle sound, but audible enough to freeze me completely. The bed frame has long outlived its prime time, and so the bars underneath are weak. So weak that even the slightest movement can be heard. It creaks again, louder this time, as if waiting there, shifting from one position to another. Suddenly there's a scratching sound. Pointed nails against metal. Slow, loud, terrifying. I find a sudden energy with me to move my feet once more. Big strides this time. The scratching sound does not subside. It's now accompanied by a rhapsody deep breaths. Each inhale sounds like a struggle for air. The exhale is silent. As I near the wall, the volume increases and seems to get closer. What appeared to have emanated from the bed now shadows behind me as I fumble in the eerie black for the light switch. Come on, I urge. Adamant that I do not stand alone in this room. The uncomfortable feeling of being watched strikes me from all directions. I cannot escape it. Something vindictive lurks, and it's waiting. My fingers finally locate the switch, and I press it without delay, spinning as I do to face the now lit room. Empty. The wall is barren. The bed is unharmed. The outline of the bear underneath the duvet is apparent, but of no concern. I sigh, with both relief and frustration at my own imagination. Now I can settle this stupid situation and finally get some rest. The clock reads 2:49. I move towards the bed with courage, now protected by light, and drop down to my knees so I can look underneath. And there, the far side of the floor alone, partially concealed by the dark, is my bear. I move towards the bed with courage. Wait. It's my bear. What a comforting sight. I quickly drop onto my belly and drag myself underneath to grab the bear. I get halfway under when the realization hits me like a ton of bricks. If my bear's underneath the bed, then what's in it? At this point, the creaking restarts. I can feel the weight above me on the bed. The horrifying sound moves from right side of the bed to the left. Silence falls upon the room. I can barely breathe. I see a shadow cast beside me, round, like a head. It's looking at me, biting my lip. I turn my head so I can see what I should have been staring at my bed at every night. I see the monstrosity there I've wrapped my arms around so tightly from comfort in times of fear. And it grins a satisfied grin with its grisly teeth. Hanging from the edge of the bed with pure black eyes that lock on with mine, it whispers to me in an icy, malice voice 4 simple words. You shouldn't have looked. And with that, it slithers from the bed and onto the ground, onto its hairy stomach, and crawls to join me under the bed. And I feel its familiar coldness press against my body once more. It wraps its foul arms around my torso, press against grisly lips against my ear, and sneers. Oh, how the tables have turned. And with that, I drift into eternal sleep. Eternal sleep does not sound nice. I got my family Domino's pizza. Domino's is pretty good. I mean, if you like pizza. What? Pizza's delicious. That's very altruistic of you, Hope. Nice job. Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. I wonder if I can make green tea SCOBY. I wonder how that tastes. Alright. Well, we went through a couple stories. Would you guys be okay with a little bit of video games? How about some Black Mesa? I'm probably going to lose a bunch of people if I play video games. Nobody liked my video games. You sure that's not the original lyric to that jingle? Yeah, I might game it up for a little while. Trying to figure out what's on my screen. What is this I'm grabbing? I can't see this. Oh, I know what that is. That's Creepy Splash 1. Yeah. We're gonna lock that so I can't mess with that one anymore. Yeah, we're gonna play a little bit of games. We're gonna play some Black Mesa. No, it's in there. Come on. Gotta let this load a little bit. Black Mesa. There it is. Oh, headphones. What the? This is something I get to do at work all the time. I'm gonna turn that down some. The guys that work their ear covers come off their radios and they're like, E-Tech, come fix it. Please. I mean, they mean well. They do. Come on. You too good for your home? Nobody's too good for their home. Nobody. Nobody's too good for their home. I think I got it. Okay, you all say hi to Chappy for me, please. Bye-bye. Spacious, dang, that's a long way. Say hi, Chappy. Hi, Chappy. How are you guys doing? Hey, Kevin. Eh. They are shooting the crap out of me. Too many bullets to kill that guy. Looks like we're going this way. Hey, I made it. Wait, what? 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 Oh, my old quick save. Oh, I just loaded a quick save. Well, I don't want to play this now. Don't save. Whatever. It's only 7:49 p.m. It's still so freaking early. Say a Chappy for me. Bye then. Bye-bye. Sorry, Go Fish. No update on USPS for a whole day. Just get to the podcast 4 hours up to 9 West Coast North. Chappy shotguns don't really work for that far. Hey guys, I want to go get smokes. Is that okay? I'm probably going to lose a bunch of people. Can y'all play nice in here for, I don't know, a couple minutes while I go get smokies? Nah, never mind. I'll be okay. I'll be fine. Yay, vapes. I don't vape. It's not how I roll, shouty. Not how I roll. No, I'm going to start fights at Chappy. What's up, guys? Yeah, I kind of want to pack cigarettes. I'll be right back, guys. Y'all hold. And you know what? When I get back, I'll read some more stories. No more video games. Okay? Only trick is I got no music. I'm sorry. But if y'all can hang on a second. Oh wait, I can find some music. Trying to find that website I used to go to. Found it. Yes, I did. I think I can download these. Hang on a second. We're seeing here. I don't know yet. How about I put y'all right there? I'm kind of digging this dual monitor thing. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. That's right. And I'm gonna download that album. It's giving me the zip file. Dual monitors are awesome. And y'all get to look at this side of my face, which looks weird to me. So I'm going to stop doing it. What about this side? Is this... No? Oh, come on, download. Download. Oh, I can just press play on this. Alright. Oh, whatever. We're going to press play on this. It's not even playing. It's not even playing. Yeah, I'm a 5. Yeah, I'm a super violent 5'1", mean, even-tempered lady that gives hugs. I'll just put you in a sleeper. Be night-night for you. I think I had a login. I don't remember. Let's do this. We're going to sign up. Yeah. Sign up. keep clicking I'm not a robot, it's gonna think I'm a robot. Alright, that was successful. This website is being difficult. Husband likes wrestling. Alright. Well, guys, I'm just going to put you on pause for a second. I can't get the music to work. I want to say Civ sent me some music. I might play all Civ's music. Let's try that. Now, there's a website, wasn't it? I'm causing problems if you leave. Well, I'm just gonna go run into the store real quick. If I leave, it's not my fault. What are y'all talking about? If I go get cigarettes? Y'all gonna be mad if I go get cigarettes? Oh, look at that. I got some, Crip 6's music. Yeah, Boogeyman, he's right there. He lives next door. Get your food. Saving the files. Sweet sassy Malapsy. Sweet slippery Jesus. Dude, I keep getting my phone stolen by my family. Come on, Chappy, quit smoking. I don't know about that, bud. Yeah, I do. I also need to get green tea. And it's 8 p.m. No good comes from smoking. It just sucks. I know. It does. I'll make y'all a deal. I'm gonna go get cigarettes, but I'm not gonna smoke on my stream anymore in front of y'all. I'll go back to smoking outside. Why one an hour instead of one every 5 minutes? How's that sound? Is that better? I'll slow it down. Cobra Kai's back on YouTube. Oh yeah. See what this sounds like. Yeah, watch out for your volume. I turned it down some. I will be right back, guys. I have 12 viewers now. I'm going to have 2 when I get back. Make it louder so you get in trouble. Now I had to turn it down. Ooh, I'm gonna get ice cream. Nope, wrong one. And the music stopped? Oh, man. I'm sorry, guys. Well, give me one more second. I gotta use the restroom really, really bad. So I'll be a couple minutes. Okay? I am back, though. Wait, here's my face. I'll BRB and stuffs. Did it not show the... What the crap? Hang on. Put in all the songs in here. Oh, jeez. It's not letting me. What the hell is groove music? It's stupid. Let me download VLC real quick. No, I'll be alright. Give me a second. I thought I had VLC on this. Yes, I do. No, I don't. Yep. Especially when it comes to music. My tastes are so eclectic to know deep into any one genre. English, stupid. English, yes, next. Yeah. Do 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 do. I'm getting messages. Alright, I'm gonna play this music real quick. I gotta use the restroom. Be right back.
see what I've done to me. I'm gone. So gone. Living a life where I'm out of time. I'm gone. So gone. Living a life where I'm destined to die. I'm gone. So gone. There is no effortless living, and then death takes you easily. There is no effortless living, and then death takes you easily. There is no effortless living, and then death takes you easily. There is no effortless living, and then death takes you easily. There is no effortless living, and then death takes you easily. There is no effortless living, and then death takes you easily. Living a life where I'm out of time. I'm gone. So gone. Living a life where I'm destined to die. I'm gone. So gone. Can you conceive it? You can't deceive me again. I'm not afraid to die. I'm not
sorry about that. Almost forgot my teas. So I've got this one. It is mango black tea. Let me move this here so I can see. Yeah, mango black tea. And it says notes of tropical citrus. And this one is strawberry apple green tea unsweetened with rose hips and hibiscus. This is Tivana. So it's a hipster tea. So we're gonna try it out, see how it goes. It looks refreshing. Do I shake it? Oh, it's from Starbucks. Ah. I'm gonna try this stupid Starbucks tea. What's the last time we had red lights to turn green? And David starts with the facts. Must be that I'm being boring. I'm not gonna lie, it smells pretty good. Tastes not like it smells. It smells like it's gonna taste really good. It tastes like they had strawberry and apple calendars on the wall, but just bottled water. Does that make sense? No, not like NyQuil. It's like the ghost of strawberry and apple farted, and they captured it in the bottle like this, like, and he said, alright, they'll be able to smell it. So if you're interested in some tea that smells like it tastes good, but barely tastes like anything, Tivana. I wish you could enjoy this awesome steak with me, brother. I'm not really hungry right now. I mean, yeah, I kind of wish I could too, but no, I'm not really hungry. Spoiled Gatorade? Yeah, it's like tea water. Yeah, we're gonna try I'm not gonna open up the black tea one yet. I'll probably do that tomorrow. So I told you guys I'd read you stories. I got a couple more stories in me. Yeah, it's pretty stupid. They pretty much they got me on nice smelling water. No sleep drink. I will drink a sleep drink in about 9 o'clock. I've been going to sleep about 10. This one's called Everest. We're gonna have the lights on for this just so I can see my drinks. I like my water with the little lemon drops. You know, or there's a story. You know how I read sometimes. So go ahead and, read along. Yeah, who doesn't like cow? Cow's delicious. I don't think Tom likes cow. He likes to pet cow. I like water as water. Yeah, this has got... Oh, at least this one's got calories in it. Maybe I should have went with that one. Like, how do they get the color? It's It's got 0 calories, 0 total fat, 0 sodium, 0 carbohydrates, and 0 protein. The ingredients are as follows: brewed tea, water, green tea, apple, rose hips, licorice root, hibiscus, lemongrass, natural flavors, citric acid. I don't know about that. No natural, or no, no sugar in it. It says unsweetened. And then 0 carbohydrates. Winco has 12 packs Rolling Rock for $7. Sounds like tension tamer tea. I'm not sure what that is. I'm gonna Google that. Oh. I like this tea probably the most. This is my favorite. Twinings English Breakfast. Like, I like it so much that, hang on. I got a couple packs. It's only like 6 of them. Paper ASMR. I need beer and water and I'm good. I like sugar cookie tasting tea. It comes in a multi-pack with others. I don't know what that is, Lauren. What's it called? Sugar cookie tea? Oh. The Celestial Sugar Cookie Sleigh Ride? It's holiday tea. It's basically a really long word for the chills. Is it this one, Lauren? I'm really like bringing ASMR, like I'm really dumbing it down, but it's basically the chills. So I'm waiting on Lauren to. Is that your tea? Is that your tea right there? Yeah, right there. Down to the back of the neck and upper spine has been compared to with auditory tactical sensation, which may overlap with frisson. Yeah, it's the chills, David. It's basically, you know, the feeling you get when you watch The Lion King or something, or you hear Arnold Schwarzenegger, "Get to the chopper," and you're like, "Ooh, I love that," or a really good song that you love. That's basically all it is, man. Hey guys, I don't know if y'all remember this, but I still have an email address. It is creepychappy@yahoo. Y'all should totally email me sometime. This one's called Everest. I already posted the link way up there. Everybody ready? Our tour guide called out from the front of the bus. All of us led our collective in agreement. Great, because we'll be there in 10 minutes. he said back to us. I stared out the window at the beautiful white landscape. It was something like out of a daydream. You don't have to use Yahoo. Use your regular mail. You can email me. I use Yahoo. Dang it. The blanket of white covered the surrounding hills to the side of the road. After a few minutes of observing the beautiful white atmosphere, we arrived. I stepped outside the bus and gazed up to see the tallest mountain in the world, Everest. Everybody else was staring at the colossal chunk of earth that stood before us as well. Our tour guide explained to us that this would be the most physical taxing thing we would ever do in our life. It's not too late to turn back now. No one turned back. I looked around me and saw 3 men and 2 women. There was Carl, with a K, and Laura, the German couple, Leo, the Italian college student, Ivana, the middle-aged Russian lady, Nabin, the Nepalese tour guide, and of course myself. These people would be like my family for the next few days. We would need to support each other if we wanted to survive this experience. After Nabin made us sign the last batch of waivers, we began our ascent up the mountain. It wasn't bad at the beginning, but as we got higher, the air slowly grew thinner, making it harder to breathe. As we were climbing up at a particularly steep surface, I remember why I came on this expedition in the first place. All throughout my life, I've played my cards close to my chest and avoided most risks. I had an ordinary 9-to-5 office job until something suddenly changed in me. I realized I wanted to do something extraordinary in my life, something my wife and kids would be proud of. I felt like my children found me boring and uninteresting. If I come back and tell them I've climbed the tallest mountain in the world, I might change the way they see me. I need to do this. And if I die trying, at least I'll die doing something brave. We climbed a bit further, until Nabin told us that it was time to set up camp. We found a plateau on the mountain, set up our tents. We talked for a bit and teamed up on each other's purposes for partaking in such a risky expedition. Carl, with a K, and Laura, with an L, had been married for a year. They wanted to do something to celebrate their first year of marriage. They were major adrenaline junkies and frequently went skydiving and bungee jumping. Leo was an art student, and throughout experiencing Everest for himself, he would put him on the right emotional mindset to paint natural beauty. Ivana was bored with her monotonous routine back in Russia and wanted to do something risky and dangerous. At around 10 p.m., we all went back to our tents to get some sleep. I was going back to my tent when I heard a scream echo across the desolate white mountain. It wasn't a human scream. I knew that for sure. It sounded like something was angrily yelling at the top of its lungs. My blood curdled as I heard the high-pitched expression of pure malice. Needless to say, I quickly walked back to my tent. We've been climbing for about a month now. My ears have grown used to the faint howling of the wind. Jesus, how long does it take to climb Everest? It's often the only sound any of us will hear all day. It creates a feeling of loneliness. Sometimes I wonder if I should have done this at all. A lifetime of playing it safe hasn't prepared me for this. But I keep going anyways. Even if I die here, At least people will remember me for something. It's better to burn out than to fade away. As we climbed higher, I began to think about my wife and kids. And if they could see me right now, they would be so proud. I kept ascending. Yeah, people die on this mountain all the time. After a few more feet of climbing, we came across an opening in the side of the mountain. The hole was extremely rough and uneven, almost like it wasn't natural. Nabin, I'm going to call him Nabin. Nabin just seems messed up. Nabin seemed cautious about going in. But with a bit of persuasion, he led us through the jagged entrance on the side of Everest. We were surrounded by an expanse of darkness, along with the sound of water dropping from the stalactites that hung overhead. We couldn't see a thing. We trudged through it until we came to a wide open area at the end of the narrow pathway. There were torches hung on the walls, so the area was mostly visible. As we entered the wide cavern, a pungent odor entered our nostrils. I saw Leo run to the corner and violently throw up. It smelled like urine and rotting flesh. I looked around and my stomach sank. The room was filled with human skeletons, all brutally murdered in different fashions. One was impaled on a particularly jagged rock. Another one was missing its head. We continued to move through the collection of death until we heard large footsteps moving in our general direction. Whatever this cave belonged to, it was returning. We ran in the opposite direction of it, towards the opening that we came from. As soon as we started running, the thing must have heard us because it let out a terrifying yell. It started moving much faster. Adrenaline poured through our veins and we started running as fast as we could. First the men got out in the opening, then Carl and Lana, then me, then Ivana, but not Leo. I looked behind me to see Leo sprinting towards us, but an outstretched arm reached out and grabbed him. He was desperately struggling to get loose. Tears were pouring from his eyes. He was screaming at the top of his lungs for someone to help him, but there was nothing we could do. We watched as the creature pulled Leo back into the darkness. Agonizing screams came from Leo as we heard what sounded like limbs being ripped off. Leo suddenly burst out of the darkness. It was the most horrific sight. Leo's arms and legs had been ripped off, exposing us to the gruesome image of the torso and head of Leo, squirming out of the darkness, desperately trying to escape whatever was following him. A large hand then reached out from the darkness and pulled Leo back in. We heard a deafening scream, then a suddenly loud snap, and the screaming quickly ceased. We quickly re-embarked on our previous path. The wind howled as we climbed further up the mountain. No one dared to speak a word of what they just witnessed. Finally, Ivana broke the silence. Maybe we should go back. Everyone was silent once again. No, I finally said. If we turn back now, we forget everything we fought for so far. I don't know about you people, but I don't want to stop until I'm at the top. My heart was racing. I felt empowered, like I could do anything. Now let's keep going, and if anyone else doesn't make it, at least they'll be remembered as courageous, like Leo. Everyone nodded their head in agreement. We kept ascending. We were about 1 day from reaching this peak at this point. The air was going fatally thin. Everyone was in obvious discomfort, but we pushed forward. The wind was howling in our ears. The cold was numbing our faces, but we pushed forward. Our eyes have grown used to the same two colors, white and blue. The blankets of snow grew thicker the further up we went. We kept climbing until we came across an unusually large plateau. We could barely see anything in the distance because of the snowy wind was crippling our vision. I thought I made out a tall bipedal figure in the distance, but I was probably just seeing things from the lack of oxygen. As we trudged through the plateau, the figure seemed to become more visibly clear than before. I suddenly knew I wasn't imagining it. It was real. Everyone stopped when they saw it. A look of terror dawned from all their faces. We had all realized this is the same creature that had mutilated Leo earlier on the journey. I told everyone to stand their ground. Maybe we could intimidate it if it suddenly started running to the side, becoming invisible in the snowy wind. Started running to the side, not inside, I'm sorry. Our hearts were pounding through our chests. We didn't know it when it was going to attack until it did. It lunged out from the side in a blur of white and grabbed a hold of Ivana. It crushed her head with its massive mouth and threw her to the side, and then grabbed hold of Carl's arms and Laura's arms and ripped them off. Their blood was pouring out of stumps in their arms, painting the snow crimson red. The creature then dragged all three of them by legs, creating 3 distinct red lines in the snow. My heart was about to explode, but I didn't lose sight of my goal. I was going to get to the top. It was just me and Ben now. Maybe we should follow the blood. It's possible they're still alive, if we get there quick enough. No, I shouted furiously. We don't have time for distractions. I don't care who dies, as long as I reach that peak. Do you have no empathy? He said, as he gave me a disgusted and walked away. That's not how that works. As he looked at me disgustedly and walked away, I continued to ascend. As I walk up the last few kilometers of the mountain, I hear a bone-chilling scream of anguish. It was Nabin, no doubt. I kept climbing until the peak was in sight. I was immediately overwhelmed with joy. I ran to the top like it was a long-lost brother. I fell down in the snow and took a moment to look up from the top. It was the most amazing sight I'd ever seen. I was enjoying the view when I heard something breathe behind me. My heart sank, and then I knew it was over. This started as a way for me to prove myself and take risks, but turned into a deadly obsession. Yeah, it's not an animal, technically. SCOBY. It's from kombucha. This started as a way for me to prove myself and take risks, but turned into a deadly obsession. At least I made it to the top. Tears were streaming down my face. I knew this was the end for me, but I was so proud of myself for doing something courageous. For once in my life, I turned around to meet the face of an 8-foot-tall hairy humanoid creature, covered in white fur, soaked in red blood. In one swift motion, it pushed me off the edge. The higher you are, the further you fall. No, it's not Scooby-Doo, it's SCOBY. It's a silly way to spell it. It's an acronym. It's an acronym for symbiotic culture of bacteria and yeast. And this is what SCOBY looks like. Maybe we don't make that so big. Maybe we make it a little bit smaller. Would you just bite into that, Tom? This is what SCOBY looks like when it's in jars of tea. So you see the white stuff? Just like Grandma used to culture. James the Fam just got in trouble with ghost hunting. Oh yeah. It looks worse than it is. Imagine biting into it. It's like a fruit roll-up. Or you can call it, you can call SCOBY kombucha mothers. You can make SCOBY fruit leather. I don't know, it's like a natural gelatin. It sounds weird, but it's really not. Alright, I'm going to step outside for a second. But I'll be with y'all in the chat. Still would be a cute pet name. SCOBY. How do I go to the view playlist? That's what I want. Oops. Those are repeats. Alright, I'll be right back. Y'all should be proud of me. A little bit, at least. David, you drink beer and ruin your liver, so I don't want to hear it. Smoking pot is also carcinogenic too, so meh. Cold. Ha! I like that. Whole David, you don't think I'm well aware of the risks of smoking cigarettes? Please don't preach to me. Just don't drive, okay? David, you still there? Is he angry I deleted his message? I don't know. I don't even know how many people got in here. Oh, David's still here. Alright. Nope, we're down to 8 people. Ice cream and driving is hard. We were at 15. Yeah, no. I don't like that I smoke. Not even a little bit. But I do it way too much, and I know I should quit. I'm gonna stop drinking this tea-flavored water for now. I should leave a review about this stuff. a story. No, if they took them away, I'd probably stop. I mean, I'd probably try to figure out how to grow tobacco, but stop picking yourself. Oh, this one's called Taps. As a child, I had always thought I knew what true fear was. The fear of something hiding under your bed or in your closet. Hell, I thought clowns were the scariest thing there was. Of course, I hadn't known the feeling of fear, of real fear. Hadn't experienced it until I was 12. They say that people are most afraid of the unknown, of things they can't quite explain, things they can't see. Unexplainable sounds in the dark, paranoid thoughts of monsters creeping in unoccupied spots of their bedroom. These are the things that people are most afraid of, so they say. This wasn't exactly true for my case. Sure, sounds in the darkness were a factor, but I knew the source behind the sounds. Oh, I knew. And the knowledge of the source drove terror into me, like a mallet, rhythmically, words are hard, rhythmically driving a nail into me, over and over and over. I don't know how it started. It was as if a switch was flipped in her, and suddenly she became an uncontrollable marionette. Oh, the irony. My father tried to stop her, but she persisted and eventually gave up trying. I suggested that they call the police or tell the neighbors, but he dismissed 12-year-old me and told me he didn't trust those corrupt government lackeys, and sure as hell didn't want the neighbors finding out. They'd have immediately called that wretched 3-number hotline. Besides, he told me, she isn't harming either of us. I had hoped it would stay that way. She sure didn't seem like my mom anymore. And I told him so. He yelled at me and scolded me, called me foolish, and wanted to shout back at him. I wanted to shout back at him, tell him he has no idea how scared I am every night hearing her, but I didn't. Mother was fine in the morning, and for most of the afternoon as well. Although she was always in bed, occasionally sitting up to stare at the blank wall a few feet past the foot of her bed. She seemed as fine as her condition would deem it. Father was at work. He usually works until 2 in the morning or so, when my mother first started acting weird. He was afraid to leave me alone, so he took a few days off work. He didn't dare hire a babysitter. He trusted those people as much as he trusted the government. After a few days, he figured it was safe enough for me to leave me at home, alone with her, and resumed leaving for work every morning. Take care of your mother, he would always tell me before he left. I simply nodded, when in reality, instead of taking care of her, I hid from her. But for the most part, she was fine until the evening. It was only at night, when I huddled under the covers of my bedroom, that she began acting up. That's when the noises start. I would hear her get out of bed in my parents' bedroom. I'd hear her crawl across the hall, making her way to my bedroom. After the first night, I always remember to keep my door locked. She would crawl. I would hear her crawl all the way to the front of my bedroom door, and the tapping began. They were just light taps, like how a student would knock at the door of a principal's office. But the taps, they went on for some time. Just a constant, steady tap. I remember clamping my eyes shut, trying to ignore it and go to sleep. And almost an hour after the tapping had stopped, I slowly opened my eyes. That's when I realized the door wasn't locked. And there she was at the foot of my bed, just standing there, staring at me. The fear I felt was real, and it sure wasn't caused by the unknown. My eyes were open, looking at my own mother. That was merely a label at this point to stare at me. There was something unnatural about her eyes. I think it was her pupils. They were dilated to the point of being dots. Just little black dots. There she was, just staring at me, not doing anything else. She didn't hurt me, she just stood there. But there was something terrifying about it. Maybe it was her eyes. Maybe it did have something to do with the unknown. Not knowing what she could do next. Not knowing if she would spring at me and attack. But nothing had happened. My father eventually came home from work and was greeted with the sight of his wife, only a label now, and his son covered in sweat and fear. The days following that incident, I had always kept my door locked. I double-checked the door. Even to this day, of course. That didn't stop the tapping sounds. Sometimes I swear they weren't coming from outside my door. Sometimes it felt like they were coming from the window or the closet or under my damn bed. Fear of the unknown. That's always how it is. One way or another, I suppose. And that's when I had my first encounter with true fear at the age of 12. Every day after that, the door was locked. Eventually, my mother passed away, cardiac arrest, right outside my bedroom. My father opted to bury her in the backyard. Can't go trusting those morticians now. And I moved out. I tried to convince my father to live with me, but he refuses to get out of the old house. He was always a stubborn man. Life has gotten much better for me since. I landed a high-paying job at a law firm. Next week, I have a date with a beaut of a woman I met a few days back. But every single night before I fall asleep, as I lay under a new set of covers I bought, I can almost swear, I swear, I could still hear the tapping noises. Perfect. Well, we lost one. They didn't like that story. Oh. Excuse me while I make slurping noises. I apologize. Yandere, has anyone taught you about the placebo effect? Sweets don't cause nightmares. If you believe sweets cause nightmares, sweets cause nightmares. Milk has sweets in it. Mothers give babies milk all the time. Oh, pokey pokey. Trouble in life can cause nightmares. That's true. Stress can cause nightmares. A lot of reasons can cause nightmares. Or just being cursed with nightmares can cause nightmares. Wild imagination can cause nightmares. Oh. I mean, David, if I saw your grandmother, that wouldn't be a nightmare. Pad makes time? Oh, yeah. It's fine. I smoke. You smell enough like smoke and you'll wake up. Well, I remember I once slept through a fire, so I kicked a pillow into a bed, or into a space heater. What's scary? Gonna strip the bottle again? No. It looks funnier with the clothes on and the fishnet. But yeah. Get floss. I have some. Just got this one spot. It's fine. That's why I just keep little pieces of paper at my desk. That's all I need. You're not my mother. I'm rolling off my little mat. What do I feel like it needs to shift this way? Or you need to shift this way. Yeah, that's better. Did you know that the smallest penguin on the planet is only 16 inches tall? Or that mammoths roamed the earth when the Great Pyramids were being constructed? Your neck just crunched like mine? I don't know if you can hear that. A good neck crunch is good. Little penguin. The little penguin is the smallest species of penguin. It grows to an average of 13 inches in height and 17 inches in length. Although specific measurements vary by subspecies, it is found on the coastline of southern Australia and New Zealand, with possible records from Chile. Neat. I mean, surely. Wait, where's it at? Nope. Surely that's the smallest penguin. The little baby's the smallest penguin at some point. Yeah, I don't have a problem with penguins. Yeah, it's just koala bears. I'd actually kind of dig a corvid as a pet. This is how baby penguins learn to fly. Wait for it. That's how baby penguins learn to fly. Not sure if you knew that. What are y'all lolling? I don't get you guys. Arizona, Lauren. Oh, that's how you spell it? Yeah, no, I get it. I'm playing with my hair now. It's a good way to pop my fingers. I'm watching you and James on 2 phones. But who really has better hair? There's David right there. Wait. There's David right there. I'm probably not being much fun right now. I'm just chit-chatting. That's just bad luck Brian, bud. Do you now, Lauren? Does your husband know? Neat. Work is work. I would love to do construction as a job. Would you though? It's really not that fun. I've done it. It's kind of a crapshoot sometimes. I don't know. If you got a lot of good friends, got a lot of good people there, it's kind of fun. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, man? Intense web scrolling. That's what I'm doing. I'm trying to find something. And I'm not finding anything. I don't effing care anymore. Someone's using their shower. Yeah, you could be like me in the oil field, and some days you work your ass off, and other days you just kind of sit there and wait for work to come. I've actually been proud of us today. We kicked ass on our data van. Look up Edward Gorey. I'm not sure what that is. Our data van is basically the electronic where our electronics go. They basically look like this. This is what they look like on the inside. That's actually a pretty good representation. That's basically what a data van looks like. And this is what the outside of one looks like. Pretty much. And these are the screens they're watching. And that company's using Lime. Lime's stupid. Hey, I actually used to work on this data van. wait, I'm gonna do it. That's a Trican, that's the old company I used to work for. It's kinda neat. But basically, I was helping, me and one other guy were basically rebuilding all the electronics and stuff. Not so much rebuilding as maintaining. Yeah, we did rebuild some stuff. We installed some new stuff. What? With the... No, it's just so perfect. Don't you judge me. Here's my old blender. That thing was stupid. He's loading up on all the tips. I just took off with all my tips. I'm gonna put mittens on your hands. Stop touching your mustache. It's not gonna happen. I got something you can put mittens on. It's my hands. It would be my hands. What was so funny, David? I'm still so lost. I hear it there. Hearing something. See if I can find my data van. My ugly one. I don't know why that's so funny. You listen to semi trucks all day like I do, and they make those kind of noises. Hey, settle down. No, not a whole lot of stuff about CUD. Chucky is coming out. Oh, the new movie? Are they doing a TV show or something? I don't remember. Let's see what the new Chucky looks like. This is basically what it looks like right here, right? That's him. He used to freak me right the F out. Or is this the new one? You know, if he had blonde hair, it would not be as creepy. Well, they're going to be making a TV show too, I think. I don't know what I'm talking about. Hey, Double J TV just gave me $3. Right on, Double J TV. James Wan adapting new version of Stephen King's Salem's Lot. That's the picture they supply. That's the original Salem's Lot. Which one was Salem's Lot? What was that vampire story about? I don't think I ever got that one. The Cabbage Patch Kid with a knife, Chappy's childhood fear. Yeah, I'm not. I mean, now I just realize I can probably punt him across the room. But man, was I freaked out by that guy at an early age. Which one was Salem's Lot? It was. I mean, it was vampires, yeah. But Garbage Pail Kids? Heck yeah. Seen Fade to Silence game? No, I haven't seen that. This is kind of a cool arrow in the head. I'm gonna save this for later. I kind of dig this layout and their stories. When I was little, I saw the mom get hit with a hammer, and dude, I had the My Buddy doll, and it looked like he was just checking. He scared the living Davy crap out of me. It's something serious on his face. Who, me? Want to make this face? No, it just means I'm kind of focusing. Got a little flimmy flim. Oh, I gotta check to see if Tiger Direct ever sent me an email. Or Newegg. Newegg. Nothing. Ultra Instinct focused Chappy. I don't know. Well, I'm tired. Hey, Double J TV, thank you very much for the tip. That was awesome of you, bud. Champion Double ATV. Double JTV with a $3 tip. I believe that's what it was. Yeah. Kicking ass and taking names. Well, it's 9:41. I think I'm going to start winding this down. Here's a tip. Get a haircut, you hippie. I usually don't conk out until 2. Yandere, what do you do for a living? I don't think I ever asked you. Or if I did, I forget. I apologize. That was a inhale and a burp. You're a healthcare nurse. What time do you go to work? Yeah, I'm lighting up in here, so what? At 9? Oh, that's not too bad. Jobs are the real killers. They really are. I'm gonna find an iCore 9 that's like my computer. All right, here we go. Check this out. Check this computer out. And then my computer has the same processor, the same video card. They went with all Corsair. I went with all ROG Strix. 4 terabytes, 32 gigs of RAM, and I basically got a better computer for $500 cheaper than $600 cheaper than what they're selling it for. So there's that. Yeah, not as fancy as my computer. They can suck it. And this one only has a better video card than mine. And it's $3,500. Let's just go with an RTX 2080. And let's go with 2 terabytes. They only go with 960 gigabytes. Oh, you can't go with the TI in 9th gen. I don't know anymore. That's what they tell you. Do you know you're paying a premium? That's why I build my own computers. Someone is making money. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like I could totally start putting together computers and selling them for a better price. Like, these are good computers. Like, I don't even know what kind of GPU is in it, but that's a pretty good computer. Oh, it's all Corsair for their GPU. I went basically all. I went a different route, but still similar. And I've got more memory than they do. Make you wood? How much you want to spend, David? You can only make a sandwich. You could piece together a computer. You just have to have a steady hand and realize where each little thing goes. Everything has its own slot. It's really easy. I make poop. I can make you a computer, David. If you just know, if you can tell me what you want to use for it, $900, I can build you a computer for that. That's true. Make sure you ground yourself. Does the price round out cheaper if you buy the parts separately? Yes, it usually does. There's a great website that Pip showed me that God, I don't know why I never did this before, or I think I heard of it, but I never used it. This website right here, you pick the part, and it tells you who makes it the cheapest. If you go to System Build, which is this one, that one, and you pick out the parts you want, it'll even tell you if everything's if what you pick for it will work. And it'll give you the whole price. It won't give you taxes and shipping, but it'll give you the sales price on everything. And if you buy everything out of state, you don't have to pay sales tax, but you may have to pay shipping. So that's what I used. So my badass computer that they want $3,200 for, that's not even as good as mine, I paid, or did I say $3,200? No, I meant $2,800. I'm only paying $2,300 for it. And my computer's far better than theirs. No, David. Let me see. Probably price you one right now. We're gonna go with Kingston. We'll go with 8 gigs of RAM. We can even go with good RAM, G-Skill RAM. And then storage. Let's go with a pretty good size storage. We can kind of 40 gigabytes Seagate. Yeah, that's a good one. And then video card. So this is kind of what we've been saving up money for. So let's go with a $1,300 gaming card. No. But it would fit in your computer. Now we can go with something kind of like I have here. Actually, yeah, we'll go with that one. Hey, Dingus. And then we'll pick a case. Let's find a cool looking case. Cool looking cases are kind of expensive though. We'll go with the mid tower. Whatever, we're gonna add this one. Oh yeah, that's a cool looking case. So I'm at, and I went with an i7. I could probably go cheaper. I'd probably go with an i5. Hang on, let me pick an i5 for you. Yeah, I need to pick you a new motherboard. No, I'm not buying that. We're going to close that. And we're going to pick you a new motherboard. gonna go with doodly doo doo be doo. Do 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 do. Oh, we have to add it. Yeah, but dang it. Let me see here. Some Intel H31 chipset motherboards may need BIOS update prior to using Coffee Lake refresh CPUs. Upgrading the BIOS may require a different CPU that is supported by older BIOS revisions. That's fine. So if we have to, I could probably find you an i7 that's a decent price. Let's go with that again. Let's go with an i7. Let's go like this. There we go. Oh yeah. And we are. Yeah. I could probably save money by the video card. That's a $400 video card. Let's find you a GeForce chipset though. But something better than what they show for the cheap ones. Yeah, GTX. Yeah, we can go with the 1060. Yeah, that's not a bad one. Okay, so we're back down to 611. We gotta pick you a power supply. We're saying total wattage is 205, so we can go with the gold. We don't have to go with gold. We can probably go with Pip. You still there? Computer talk with Chappy. I'm so stupid. What's happening? I'm trying to piece together a decent-ish computer for David for $900. I'm coming well under. I'm going to pass you this here in a second. You're going to look at it and tell me what you think. We'll go with a bronze 550. You'd need Windows. How much RAM did I give you? I gave you 8 gigs. So you need the good operating system. So you need Home Pro or Home 64-bit, which is only $99. David, do you already have a monitor? Oh, that's what you're trying to do with it? Yeah, I think this computer will be able to do that. It's old 20. Well, just because it's going to go up in price with your monitor. But I have one priced, and I'm going to pass this on to Pip and see what she thinks. Maybe she can tweak it a little bit. Yeah, I can actually change that. Oh, I can't change that. It's an Intel iCore 780-700, an MSI Gaming Plus Micro ATX, G-Skill 8 gigs of RAM, Seagate 40 gigabyte hard drive, 5400 RPM, GeForce GTX 1060, Corsair. It's kind of a cool looking case. I'm not gonna lie to you. Let me do this. This is what the case looks like. Speaking Greek to me, that's fine. Is there green? Oh, I don't know. Let me check. Yeah, actually, there's a really cool looking green one. Hang on. Yeah, what about this one? How's that one look for you, David? It's kind of similar to my case. We're still at $780. We could probably tweak it to get you a faster computer. I think your RAM's fine. I think your video card's actually fine. Maybe we can go with a better motherboard. But that's not bad. Altogether, it's not a terrible computer. If we had to buy you a monitor, basically price is your only stopping point. So if you paid $100 for a monitor, you're looking at a 21-inch. You can get a 24-inch from a company I don't know who. Hell, you can get a 23-inch from Asus. But I imagine you at least want a 30-inch. I think that's what this is. Or it's 25 or something. I don't know what it is. Nope, let's do this. Yeah, 31-inch. Bam. Where did that 31-inch go? It's the Asus 31-inch. We're at $979 actually now. Oh, that's $200 right there. Oh, that's true. Yeah. What do you think of the computer, Pip? Do you think that'll do some stuff for him? Well, most TVs will. Not all TVs. Like that little TV right there. My little, okay. You think the hard drive's way too small? Oh yeah, it is way too small, isn't it? I only picked gigabytes, I didn't pick terabytes. Whoops, let me try that again. Capacity. We'll go with, I think your 4 terabytes will do you. 4 terabytes will more than do you. That computer's already $1,000 though. But if you, so the computer's at $1,000, but if I take off the monitor, it's $845. My bad. Yeah, that was stupid of me. But I basically took off the monitor, so you'll have to find your own monitor. Oh, and a mouse and keyboard. Nice job, Chappy. I don't know what that means. Let's add you a mouse and keyboard. Those are cheap. Wrong case motherboard. Is it? It's a micro ATX motherboard. And it's a mid-tower case. I mean, that's fine. It'll fit. It just won't like it. We can pick him a different motherboard. Hang on. I got this. Hold my bear. There we go. How about this one then, Pip? Nope, that one, David, right now, as it sits without a mouse and keyboard and monitor, it's $881.40. But that, if you can buy a mouse and a keyboard, which are like 10 or 15 bucks at Walmart, and you buy a monitor that comes with Windows, you give it internet. With Windows, oh, we gotta put a CD drive on here. I'm fucking stupid. I don't know what the motherboard has. If it should have everything on board. I actually kind of give you a badass motherboard too. No, this one comes with this. This motherboard, or the iCore 7, comes with a cooler. But we can skimp. Like, I'd rather skimp on the processor and maybe on the motherboard. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. It comes with a yeah, stock cooler. It comes with one. So let me look at this motherboard. What does it come with? Let me look at the back panel. Oh, and it comes with sound, Ethernet, and USB. Because not all of them come with everything. So we just need to find you a CD-ROM drive. I need to add a preferable. Oh no. Choose an optical drive. And these do not have to be anything special. Just fucking search. It is not showing anything under optical drives. Oh, that case might not do optical drives. Yeah. That case doesn't do optical drives. But basically, David, yes, we can piece you together one. Yeah, we can get you a Blu-ray drive on it. Here, let me do this, because it's 10 o'clock. I should probably get to bed. But let me get rid of the case that I had on there. We're going to close that, but I'm going to add an optical drive. There we go. You said you want Blu-ray? It does DVD, it doesn't do Blu-ray. Yeah, you usually get DVD drives in computers, not Blu-ray drives, if I'm not mistaken. Who wants just DVD CD? I think that's what I have, and I never use it. So my next computer's not getting one. Let me see if I can find one. Yeah, you can buy one for $130 or $60. Yeah, everything else you pretty much do online, David. If you want to watch movies, I mean, yeah, I can kind of see that. You can get a Blu-ray drive. But Pip, he isn't one of us, so he'd use a computer like an actual, he'd use all the features of like, that's a good price, dang. LG 12X Blu-ray. Oh, it's because I was spelling blue wrong. Hang on, I got you. Where did my I lost the link. It's over here. There we go. It won't write in Blu-ray, but it'll read Blu-ray. Does that make sense? Yeah. I've got one right here for $50. That's probably your cheapest bet for one. Now we gotta find you a case. Or we could just make it a homeless computer. Holy crap, that's a $1,200 case. What is so special about that? Oh, that's gross. It's kind of neat, I guess. $1,200 and it looks 3D printed. Oh, yeah, look at that one. That's a cool looking case. How about this one, David? You won't be able to write in Blu-ray. You can only read Blu-ray, David. Do you understand me? Can someone explain it to David that you don't write in Blu-ray, you only read Blu-ray? That's beautiful. Alright, I think we found your case. Oh, you know that, David? Okay. Well, with your current configuration, we're at $933. And that's not a bad computer at all, actually. It's very comparable to this one right here. Like, no joke. And we could probably tweak it a little bit, get you. We can go down on the price on probably the motherboard. Maybe a little bit. I really wouldn't like to on the video card because the video card GPU is pretty good. Power supply is already pretty cheap, and the Blu-rays, you can't really touch that price. And Windows is always $100. Your iCore i7, we could probably go with an i5. I don't know, but yes, David. Long story short, yes, we could build you one for about $900. Yeah. Hell, I'd get a new case for you for this one and throw a new video card for that much. But I think Tom wants to buy it. I probably wouldn't even charge you that much for this computer. Maybe, I don't know, $600. I mean, that would be a case and I'd probably give you a mouse and a keyboard too. That'd be a case and video card. I don't know. Probably go cheaper. I don't know. But yeah. David, you're younger than I am, remember? Shut your mouth. They're starting to taste more normal now. Well, that's it. You just gonna use me and throw me out? I have Infinity War Steelbook 3D though. I don't know what that means. Hey David, how are you with mail-in? Yeah, I am getting used to them. How are you with mail-in rebates? Because this computer's got a crap ton of them. It's got 1, 2, 3. It's got 3 mail-in rebates. Still here, confused. Long story short, Yandere, Ever since Pip showed me this site, I'm starting to kind of remember computers a little bit. Like, I can piece one together like nothing. But the parts, and this website makes picking parts for it easy. Because when you pick one part, it won't let you pick another part that's bad. WTF is a mail-in rebate. Well, then this computer's $1,000. We're gonna get a little bit lower end motherboard, I think. That's a fatality. That's actually the motherboard I was looking at, I think. What about this one? It's got everything it needs. Where'd it go? Add to inventory. Nope, add to parts list. And we are back down to $900. Bam! Flex! Because they know that some people won't turn those in. And they don't have to send them a check. That's the real reason. But some companies just... And I'm sure if I shopped around the prices, you'd find it cheaper at other retailers that didn't do mail-in rebates. They just took the mail-in rebate and just knocked off the price. What do you think, Pip? Do you think an i5 would do them better? Yo, yo. Hey, Tom. I've just been building pricing out a computer for David. We got 2 yos, 1 yo, 4 yos. Now I'm back with 100% more cat food. Probably go with an i5. Alright, let's see what we got here. That's probably what I have in this thing, to be honest with you. Oh, we gotta get you a PC cooler. That's fine. That would work. And it's got LEDs. And if we went down in price. I think we went down in price. What about this one? It doesn't really. I mean, a little bit. Like that much. You have a stealth attack husband? He died. Hang on, I'm trying to find you. Yeah, I found one. 2.9 gigahertz, 6 cores, 167. Now I gotta get you a different. It does not. Nope, that's a mini ATX. No. If you tweak one thing, if you don't clear the whole list and you tweak one thing, you gotta tweak like 5 others. Cooler might not fit the case. Is that what it says? Oh wait, yeah, that's. Oh yeah, no, we'll go with the bigger. We'll go with a different cooler. Good looking out. It looks cool though. It's red. He doesn't want red. Let's edit. that and add. We want green. Nope. We're not getting green. We're just going to go with the CPU cooler. That would work. Siberian. Bam. Alright, Pip, what do you think of this list? No. She just looked at the notes. I'm not looking at notes. I looked at notes that time. Screw you, David. Drink the water, David. Drink the water. Pip is super smart. Never drink the bog water. She helped me build my computer. I don't think that's a bad computer right there. And on that note, I'm going to sign off. Could probably go for an in-between processor, like a 1.7 gigahertz one. Let me see. Yeah. 189. Let's see if we can find a better one before I sign off. Yeah. 2.9. And what does not match? Oh, that's fine. No, you're fine, Pip. I just dropped price even more. But now it has BIOS compatibility issues. So let's find a different CPU. i7. i5. Yeah, all the i5s look like they have chipset issues. Alright, cool. Well, Pip will finish you off, David. I'm gonna go to bed. You guys have a good night. I will see y'all tomorrow. Peace. Bye.